Awesome. Hey, appreciate y'all coming in. Sorry for the few second late start, but we got definitely a very informative day for y'all. Okay, we're gonna deep dive into Keller offers. When I brought it up at team meeting a couple of weeks ago, I got a lot of inquiries on it. So we figured let's just focus on that today because I think each and every one of you should get certified. So we have the great Zoe Reyes, a spark plug in our office, joining me today. She's gone through a couple of transactions. And so we're going to give you some firsthand testimonial and a walkthrough to it. Before we begin that, let's do our normal routine. You want to get the slideshow going first. Let's do our bucket fills. Who's got something fun and exciting to share? Some good news around the table. Probably is. Apologize for the banging there, Zoom.
Tell us
people.
something good. Y'all don't want me to sing because, you know, every time we sound.
Oh, Shocky Cap. Definitely not a
days.
Shocky.
There it is. Capping out.
30 days.
That's awesome. Was that because your son got added to the team? No. Oh, you're a non-factor. No, I'm just playing. Just playing.
Got to pick up your game there, buddy.
30 days. All right, Shocky.
Somebody else, come on.
Tell us something good.
It could be personal. What's up, Melissa?
My son is a coach for a 13-year-old baseball team. They went to the World Series.
Woo, yes, we saw that. Congratulations. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it should be on.
My son is a coach for a 13U baseball team, Houston Bengals, and they went to the World Series in Tennessee and they won the championship.
Woo! That's
So that means
awesome.
he could coach me and I could potentially. Okay.
MLB, here we come.
Well, we have a KWSW league. I'll be on that.
I'm on it.
You're
I mean,
on it.
no, I'm not. I mean, when
You
we
will
have
be.
one, yes.
Yeah.
I'm there.
right.
I'm already there.
Anything
What else?
else?
Anything else? Come on, somebody else. What's going on? Okay, hang on for the mic, Juliana. Hang on.
Come on, Juliana.
I know, so we can run. So people online
My
can
first
hear you.
grandbaby Dora just arrived 3 weeks ago.
Grandma in the house. Awesome.
Anything else?
Anything else? Come on, guys. I thought about it.
I ain't got no share in my game.
Yeah.
Talk about it. All right. Bucket Bill, fill our bucket with some good news.
So I got over my door knocking fear. I started, Lanita Welch. I've been here, 3 weeks, 4 weeks?
Okay.
So I went door knocking today for the first time and I think I got my first lead.
Woo!
She wiped out old bear, went door knocking, and has a potential lead. That's what we love.
What do you
to
know?
hear.
It works.
It works. It works. We're not just standing out here blowing out hot air. Anything else?
I'm glad they listen.
Yeah, that's right. That's Nikki,
To
the
me,
coach.
oh, see,
Oh,
no. Yeah. Awesome. All right, let's keep rolling. Oh, what a segue. One and only. Come on up. What we got, Nikki? What do we got on the production front?
Hi, everybody. I'm happy to be back.
Yes, we're happy to have
Right?
you back.
I'm sure everybody missed me. Don't deny it. And no, well, first of all, congratulations for getting over your fear. We actually talked about it yesterday. We have to take the first step out of our comfort zone. Where is my other one? Kurt. He got out of his comfort zone, so you should have said something about it. We're all very proud of you. So what have we been working on? We have been getting a feedback that buyers are getting tired. So we focused our attention on how to bulletproof our transactions first and foremost, and how to keep those buyers motivated and how to keeping adding our value proposition. Never forget about educating and adding value to our clients. So that's what we're working on with the PC team, that they're doing fantastic. I would like to congratulate each and every one of them. Every week they show up, they do the hard work, and they get deals. Congratulations.
Appreciate it, Nikki. Thank you.
Of course.
Thanks for the update. Awesome. Who do we got next? MCA Corner, which I believe that she's a little tied up, so we may be able to catch it later. Okay. Oh, there was let's come back and congratulate Donna she was #1 in profit share for the month of May. Congratulations, Donna. Appreciate it, Donna Rice. Look at that, growing that residual income.
Yeah, I mean, it's passive income. If you guys are not taking advantage of that, this is an opportunity, especially now, to take advantage of that. More and more agents are looking to get into the market. Is my picture next anyway?
You are, you keep going. Perfect segue.
More and more people are looking to get into the real estate market. Just encourage them to come have a sit down with us, have a conversation. If they're already in the real estate market, share some of the things that are successes here. How we encourage people to go door knocking and how they can get leads.
We
How
can't hear
help-
you.
Oh, you can't. I'm loud. Is this better?
I can hear you.
You can hear me? Oh, I was
I
like,
can hear you.
I
I'm
can
at home, I
hear you.
yeah, now y'all can hear me. No, I'm just like,
Yeah.
so encouraging y'all to do that.
Can hear
Build
you
your
now.
build your passive income with the profit share check. So that's that segue. That's not what I was coming up with my picture for. We do have, it's the summertime vibes. We want to keep encouraging you guys to have that energy to go out and knock those deals out of the park, spend time with your family, and KW is your family as well. So we want to invite you on July 1st from 5 to 9 o'clock. 5 to 7 is going to be more of a happy hour type situation. 7 to 9 is going to be more games and activities just to be in the spirit of summertime at Brahmins Winery off of 359. That will happen on July 1st. That's the first Thursday of July. Come hang out with us, have some fun. We'll have some more educational opportunities out there for you. Please pay attention to our calendar for that. That's more than just the foundational track that you see with Nikki, but something a little bit more advanced. If you ever want to have a 30-minute business consult meeting with me, you can just find me online somewhere, but
Or a
come
glass of wine.
or a glass.
Why not?
Okay, spirits, right.
Oh, sorry.
But that's it for my minute.
Awesome. And did you mention the fun and games
Yeah,
after? Awesome.
Bye.
Appreciate it.
see how they don't listen to me?
Don't listen.
Sorry, y'all listen to me. No.
Hear her all day. Alrighty, let's keep rolling. Okay, I don't think we're at-
Where is 359? I've never heard of that.
That is, do you know where Pecan Grove is at?
Yes,
It's back there.
Richmond.
Yes, Richmond. So 359, and I think it changes to like Mason, when you get to like 99 or after 99.
Oh, okay. I am familiar with that
So,
area.
Little
Thank
back
you.
road.
It's a great,
Right.
be all there.
Mhm.
Expect everybody. We need 100% participation on that, right?
100%.
100% participation. All right, let's get rolling, guys, with Keller Offers. Come on up, Zoe Reyes. Join me. Woo! No, because you're gonna be up here.
Excuse me.
I could set up a submit.
Okay.
Better, we can have like, you're gonna come on this side, Shirley?
Yeah. Do you
Okay,
need
You're
that?
gonna kick me out?
Mhm.
Okay. Awesome, awesome. All right, so let's dive deep into the iBuyer program. Let's make something super clear. iBuyers are nothing new. All right, we talked about iBuyers a couple of weeks ago. They're quote unquote internet buyers. They provide an offer for a seller directly, usually pennies on the dollar, because the seller is trying to unload a house pretty quickly. Okay, this is nothing new. It's been around since the beginning of time. They used to work on billboards, signs on the side of the street, right? How, we buy ugly homes, I buy ugly homes. I'm sure a lot of y'all have seen those. Again, so nothing new. Well, the great thing about partnering with Keller Williams is that they provide us with various tools to succeed in the industry, right? And one of those is Keller Offers. So Keller Offers is our own iBuyer program, where the difference between any other iBuyer and ourselves is that we're still in the middle of this transaction. We still represent our client, the seller, as a fiduciary in this transaction, all right? So that's what separates us from any other iBuyer. Okay, so let me ask you this question. What is the primary purpose of being a certified iBuyer with Keller Offers? Anybody online or in here? Take a stab at it. What is the primary focus?
Would it be a guaranteed sale?
Yeah, those are great reasons, but that's still not the number one reason to utilize Keller Offers. Nothing? All right, guys, it's the opportunity to get in the door. All right, that's the primary focus of Keller Offers is what is Chad always says, we want to be the first ones to these sellers. We want to be the first ones in front of them. Well, you can utilize Keller Offers as an opportunity to first get in the door and have that conversation. And at that point, you can sit with the seller, provide your fiduciary duty of what is the best course of action for them. Well, do they want to go this route where you can provide them a direct cash offer through the Keller Offers program? Or, hey, if the numbers aren't working out for you, this is not exactly what you're seeking. Well, this is what I can do for you the traditional method. Okay, so how would you like to go about doing it? So that's the primary focus of being a Keller Offer certified agent. Okay, now, of course, being able to offer cash and all that, and then actually go the iBuyer route is a big deal. Yet the primary focus is that. Would you agree?
100%.
Awesome, awesome. So 3 major things about this, right? Always mention the cash offer to get in the door, okay? Second, always request the cash offer. It doesn't cost us anything to request a cash offer, okay? So for any listing agent that you get that meets the requirement, which is a buy box, which we'll talk about in a minute, as long as it meets that criteria, request an offer. It doesn't hurt, okay? And again, circling back around to you want to provide various options to the seller, that other agents actually can't. All right. So Zoe, let's get you in here. You've done multiple transactions now with Keller Offers, right?
Yes.
All right. So how has it been and what's your experience been like? You want to go through the process a little bit?
Sure. So the whole process, like you said, it's pretty much what Nimesh is saying. It gives us the opportunity to offer them, not every seller is, of course, everyone's looking for the most money, right? There's a price and to net a certain amount. With this market, it's a little bit difficult you put your home in the market and then now you've got to find your next house and we have no inventory. That's pretty much how it's going, correct? So this has been, for me, it's been a tool where I can say, you know what, you'll get a lease back for a few days. You'll be able to close on this, use the cash on this to buy on the next house. Sure, you can do it with, putting the traditional route, putting it on the market. The biggest difference is we get to pick our closing date. The process is really simple. You just go in a nutshell, you basically go to the house, you take a bunch of pictures, you go in, you upload them, and then they give you the offer amount. At that point, you can tell your client, this is what I would recommend if we put it on the market. This is what we would get if we were to sell it to Keller Offers. When we do it with Keller Offers, you can get up to 4 offers with it. So one of them is OfferPad.
Yes, one of them
OfferPad is one of them. And then they do provide what they call a referral fee. The referral fee is anywhere from, OfferPad does 3%. If it's one of the other non-OfferPad investors, then they'll pay 2%. Now, does that mean you still don't get a commission? No, if you go into the seller and you negotiate, a 2 or 3% commission on your part, then you walk away with a 5% commission. It's completely up to you. The big point is the bottom line, making sure we get the seller what they're wanting to sell their house into the new house. With OfferPad, I do know that they do provide a moving fee, which that was for me one of my selling points, because I don't want to take on personally, I don't want to take on having to help them move. So what better way to offer than OfferPad taking that, they'll provide movers and then they'll load it up and take it to the next house. So that up to a 50-mile radius. So that to me was another selling
Yeah, so they
point.
definitely offer certain perks in addition to, the deal. So let's make it clear. So for some of you that are tenured agents and have been around and explored this, when it first released, there's been some changes, all right? Changes for the better, especially in this market, okay, where we can utilize. Before, you actually had to pay for being certified. That is no longer the case, okay? So it is a free certification, okay? You do have to get certified. It's like a 2-hour class, okay? And I believe you can even do it on demand if necessary. If you do a live stream, it's a 2-hour class, okay? Now, before, it used to be a method where you got like 1% on the deal and it was only OfferPad was the only investor. And then you listed it for 1%. If it didn't sell in a certain number of days, then OfferPad would take it back from you. That was a little complicated and we were getting really lowball offers. They've adjusted the program. Again, it's free now. And there's up to 4 investors that can offer. So you can actually get up to 4 different offers on this property, and your clients essentially be in a multi-offer situation, can pick out of 4 cash offers.
Now, you don't have to accept any of their offers. So if the client decides, no, you know what, I don't want to do this, then you just put it on the market as normal. It just gives you an opportunity, one, to get their motivation as to why they really want to move and how motivated they are. And really what, they have an option of what they're going to net, because they give you everything pretty much up
Yeah,
front.
like a net sheet.
So you have a net sheet that you can provide at your listing appointment, however you go about doing that.
Now, a big important factor in this is that you do need to request these offers before you actually go on the market.
Mhm.
Okay, so you can't list it on the MLS and then it's not selling for 3 weeks, so then you request a cash offer. It just unfortunately doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
Okay, so you want to go the cash route first. That's why we recommend on every listing that you're about to get, you can always request the cash offer.
I think they do, if it's been on the market, it has to have been off the market for 8 months before you can utilize Keller offers. I don't know why,
Mhm.
that's what the reason is for that, but
I think it probably has a lot to do with, it seems like that they maybe tested the market already and it could be a little stale and that could hinder their maximum profit. And so they probably want to quote unquote reset on
maybe,
it. Yeah. So you have a question?
no. Well, I don't think so. I'm
Yeah.
not really sure.
Technically on the market,
Yeah,
right?
right.
Well, they are. Yeah, I think it can't be on the MLS, but I'm not really sure if it's listed with like a traditional agent or if it's us listed.
Yeah.
You'll see in the class, it does say something about 8 months.
Yeah, but if it was just a typical FISBO, then no, that doesn't count.
I don't think so.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay, talk about you specific. Okay, oh, one more. All right, allow.
I think you said we have 4 investors.
Mhm.
Who are those investors?
So there are different investment groups that Keller Offers is partnered with. So 2 of yours is Keller Offers directly. Okay. So the Keller Williams company, Keller Offers directly. Another one is OfferPad that Zoe mentioned. And then there's 2 other private investing groups.
Mhm.
Okay, that can offer.
Right.
Did you or did you not say that you have to be certified for Keller Offers?
You do have to
You
be
do have to be
certified, yes.
certified.
Next question.
Okay.
How do you compare what the offers are for like against Open Door, which we know has a lot of extra fees and comes as a shock?
So, Open Door will give, oh, not Open Door, I'm sorry, like OfferPad, let's just say, for example, the last one I just did or was doing, they offer $295 is what they offered. I was shocked that they gave that offer because that's what the neighborhood is really selling for. But they do 7.5% service fee. So essentially the offer is $272. But again, the client was more than willing to take that 7%, knowing that they're really saving 1.5% in their mind. So what I did whenever I would do them is I would send in my comparables once the home was like fixed up. If it needed work, I would still show comparables of a home, like kind of like on the top end of the market, so that when they would come in and give me the offer, it would be a low ball offer, but it wasn't terrible. It was still enough for the seller to want. Does that make sense? Did I?
It makes sense, but
It makes sense, but with like Open Door, they had a lot of unknown fees that didn't come up until you were actually under contract. Fees for painting, fees for inspections, more than just the 7.5%.
So yeah, no, from what I know, and again, I haven't gone through the whole process with Open Door yet. The last one that I did, with OfferPad. The last one I did was not an OfferPad offer. I mean, this house, because OfferPad won't give an offer on like a gutted house. And this house was a gutted house. Or not gutted, it didn't have a bathroom. The bathroom had been gutted. So OfferPad denied it. the one that I did with OfferPad, they do say the 7.5%. They do end up wanting you to pay for title policy. The seller pays title, the seller provides a survey. And if they don't provide it, the buyer pays, or if they don't accept it, the buyer pays. Other than, if they cancel, if they terminate, they charge a 1%. They only give about a 0.5% of earnest money.
Again, this is once you're under contract,
Right.
right? Before the under contract.
And then
is
you're
signed.
right, they do go in and do the repairs, and they do what they call a credit or a repair request. So the buyer can, or the seller can choose to do the repairs. From what I know, it's not more than, like $3,000-ish. But I haven't finished that part of it, so I wouldn't know. But as far as additional fees, I haven't seen any outside of the 7.5%.
The thing with the Keller Offers program is though, you'll know upfront because they will now depending on, so here's the gray area, depending on who the offer is from is what criteria comes into play, okay? When it's one of the investors, there is no fee, all right? When it's one of the
Right.
private investors, there is no transaction fee. So that's just the straight up offer. And then you would then do a listing agreement, right? And then it's whatever's on the terms of your listing agreement. Now the buyer's side, when it's one of those private investors, actually pays an agent a referral fee, okay? They also, I guess we can kind of go into the process of how it works, okay? So what we have is through Keller Offers is a portal that you're gonna communicate on. That's where you receive the offers. That's where you're gonna have your communication, okay? Now, once your offer comes in, you can have multiple offers, and then depending on where the offer is coming from is what criteria is going to be required. Now, you're going to know that up front because they're going to provide you with that information. So unlike with, the example you gave, Pam, you're not going to be flying blind. Okay. They're going to tell you what it is up front. If it's OfferPad, then it's going to be the transaction fee. And then they will do an inspection during the option, which then they may adjust, they may do a repair request. Okay. It's going to be the traditional way during the option period. Once that's all negotiated, it's
Now, a lot of the things that like what sellers do when they go in and they put in their offer, like let's say the OfferPad or Open Door, they might take pictures of what their house looks like in a great way, right? What our job is when we go in there is we take pictures of all the bad so that they see up front the bad, and then that way they'll take that into consideration in the original offer before they come in and then come say, well, I want $3,000, $4,000 because of all the errors. So we're encouraged to take pictures of imperfections when we're going in there doing the pictures.
And it guides you. It tells you when you have to take the pictures, there's spots where you put each picture. So it'll say, take a picture of the floor, focused on the floor, or take a picture of the kitchen or the dining room. It gives you details on what pictures they're looking for. Okay. When it's the investors, the investor group, they come and make an offer to you. The offer is there, and then they do a walkthrough, right? Yours did a walkthrough, and they kind of come in. The representing agent comes in and does a walkthrough, where then they will come and adjust the offer. They will not usually make repair requests. They may just adjust the offer.
Or
Okay?
they may not.
Or they may not. Yeah, I don't think yours did they?
Mine didn't adjust the offer.
Yeah,
No.
yeah. So the one I had done, they did a $10,000 adjustment. Now this is negotiable. They did a $10,000 adjustment because they said the foundation needed work more than they originally thought. I had mentioned that, hey, the foundation needed work, but they realized that needed more than they had considered before. So they did a reduction in 10,000. I said, well, how about we split the difference? That way, my seller wants to net something. I was doing it on behalf of one of our other agents, and it's like, hey, our seller needs to have a bottom line. How about 295? They had lowered it to 290 from 300. They said, yeah, we can make that work. And it was as simple as that. All right. So then we just amended the contract and we were, to the races. Right?
Yeah.
Good deal. Awesome. Anything else you wanted to add as far as the process goes?
No, like I said, it's fairly simple. You just got to get one page initialed that the seller signs before you can actually submit the property. It's just a consent form. So you can have them, if you want to do it before your listing appointment, you have them, consent to sign it. upload it. That, I guess that's a little bit more difficult. I haven't figured out how to do it before listing appointment because you want to go in there and get a bunch of pictures. So I
Yeah.
haven't figured that part out. yet.
So either you would have to make that appointment, go in there yourself. I recommend that. That way you start getting the groove of what exact, the type of pictures they're looking for. That could definitely help with your, maximizing the offer. Yeah, you can always have your seller take the picture.
Although I don't recommend it.
Exactly.
Because again, the seller's not going to take pictures of all the imperfections, or they're not going to see things that we would know would decrease the value in the house. So it's best that we go in there, we take the pictures, we know what we're looking for and what possibly the buyers are, or the new buyers are going to look for when they're making their offer.
Yeah, Sue and Allow both did.
In the process of you negotiating with the seller as to whether to go to Keller offer or not, what happened if the seller say, well, let's put it out there in the market first, and then come back to Keller?
You cannot.
That's not an option.
Yeah, you have to be able to, you're going to go with them or you're going to go on the market, either or if not, you've got to wait a certain amount before you can submit it later, once it goes on the market.
Go ahead, Sue.
Okay, I have a question.
Okay.
What kind of sellers are we looking for Keller offers?
For me, what's worked for me is the sellers that it's worked for, or one, a seller who just doesn't want to deal with, or I had one where they had a bunch of guns in the house and they didn't want to deal with putting the guns away and having people come through the house. So for them, the difference was like a $7,000 difference between the offer that Keller Offers made and us putting it on the market, just an idea. And they were like, no, just go ahead and just put it on Keller Offers. So every person's different. That's it. Everything still applies. Finding motivation. I've got another seller who lives on the other end of the world. And so they have a rental and they're like, I don't want to deal with this anymore. So, but they also still have a tenant in there. The tenant's a month to month, so it works. The tenant will be able to leave, but they don't want to get the tenant out and go through the mess of fixing up the house again before they put it on the market.
So, I mean, I had a client that they referred business to me, and then 2 months later, they're looking to sell their home. They just bought the home. So to your point, you just never know. This is another tool in your toolbox to use to find and uncover their motivation. So send it out to use it as a lead gen tool. Send it out. Maybe it just sets the appointment for you, and then you get to uncover some additional things. So I encourage you to, if the question was, what type of seller? Every seller.
That's exactly,
Every seller.
That's exactly what I was going to say. And it's kind of how we opened up, right? You should be putting it out there on every appointment. You're looking for every kind of seller, as long as it meets the criteria, which we'll go over in just a second. Yes, again, it should be every seller. The two big factors, in my opinion, is time and condition for a seller. Those are the peak sellers, the prime sellers. Time. They're trying to get out of there in a certain time frame, right? Or the way the market is, because they need to find their house and they need to sell first. That's why I chalk up to time. The second is condition, because some of these houses, instead of them having to go in there and to maximize the dollars, an investor will buy it for possibly a better offer and then do the renovation themselves and flip it.
Oh, well, going back to getting the photos and that before the listing, it would be kind of like going back to the old way of the two-step listing presentation where you go in with the pre-listing and what you can do. And
yeah,
I think that'd be a good way to work that in. And then my other question was, I was trying to understand, we have the referral fee that would be paid. Is any of that portion part of the commission?
Well, it's still your commission. So they chalk it up to a referral fee because the buyer's side is not paying the listing agent's commission, right? So this is an agent referral fee to the listing agent from the buyer's side. Okay. So if it was an investor, the investor groups, they may do a 2% agent referral fee. So you're already getting 2% from the buy side. And then whatever agreement you have on the listing side with the seller is entirely between you and your seller. So in layman's terms, can you get paid from both sides? Yes, you can. Sure you can.
So
you may
another
actually-
question in terms of the process itself. You don't have the mic, so no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm just messing. I'm just messing.
Yeah.
So a question that was online was, is the appraisal process the same?
So there is no appraisal because it is a cash offer. So you don't have to worry about appraisal in that sense. Now there is an investor that they do appraisals, but because they turn around and resell the house to another investor, but the appraisal doesn't affect you any whatsoever.
Yeah, so this is something that can happen. So something that you sign on the documents, if it was one of the third-party investors, is that they are allowed to then promote the listing to a potential buyer before your deal even closes, okay? Which makes sense because they want to maximize their profits, limit time on the market, because it's costing them money the longer it's on the market, right? Once they have it. So they may already find a buyer before you've even closed.
Mhm.
So that at that point, sometimes that they may need to bring in an appraiser for the next deal.
But
So
it
you-
doesn't affect you
It
any.
has nothing to do with your transaction. Yes.
Will this work for pre-foreclosures?
No, I don't believe so because you have to be up to date with.
Yeah.
I mean, a pre-foreclosure, you're basically upside down, right? Is that, or you haven't paid
You're
or
getting
something?
there. Yeah, you're already under that
Yeah, I think you've got,
criteria.
I mean, maybe, I don't really know for sure.
Yeah, but
It's
once
not a
it's,
short
not,
sale
yeah.
technically. That's a good question. And so the other part is Keller Offers they're really good at answering questions. So you can email them. They've got a chat area. And you can go in there, set up an appointment, and literally they'll call you within 10 minutes a lot of the times. Answer your question and then you're done with it. So that's a good question to ask. But I don't believe you can do pre-foreclosure, but I could be wrong.
Once you get in, there is actually a checklist that you're gonna have, okay, that you can go through and see, hey, does your property qualify? Okay, by going through this checklist, pretty soon you're gonna have it basically in the back of your head. But that's a tool that they provide you that you can kind of realize if your property falls in that criteria.
Yeah, like they
or not.
won't do anything over an acre, I believe is
Yeah,
what it is.
that's
Well,
our
I had
buy
a
box. Let's see if we
client
can get that.
that it was literally like a little bit over an acre. They still took it. So if when in doubt, you can still throw it in and
There's
the most
absolutely
you're gonna get is a no.
right. Yeah, exactly. There's absolutely no restriction to actually requesting an offer. Just note that there are buy box criterias that if it's outside of that, there is a chance that they're going to decline it.
Mhm.
Now, if it's super close, like what she just said, they could still offer. Okay. So in the greater Houston area, we have a limit of the maximum offer price is 800. Okay. It used to be 400. They upped it. So it's a maximum value of $800,000 on the house. Okay. It cannot be older than 1970. And it has to be less than an acre. Now, if it was built in 1968 or 69, and if it was like 1.1 acre, will they offer?
Yeah.
It happened to her.
Right.
They definitely can. Okay?
So that's the seller criteria then.
Yes, that's
Mhm.
what they refer to as the buy box. Okay, so before we start winding it down, I'd like to go over because I know a lot of you still want to get certified or really interested in getting certified. So we'll go over we did kind of allude to the transaction process first. So I kind of want to, once you're certified, you're going to have access to your Keller Offers account, which takes you to the dashboard. Okay. And that dashboard is where you communicate, where the Keller Offers communicates with you with offers. And then from there, that's the kind of the middleman of communicating with the other party. Okay. Title. They've struck a deal with First American Title. So all your transactions are going to be at First American Title. Okay, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. Now they can do remote closing, etc., but they do the volume. They know how the process works with Keller Offers, and so that's why that's our option. Okay, are there any ways around that? Probably if the situation requires. Otherwise, that's your set deal.
And their fees aren't very high. I think it was like $475, maybe $575 max on the seller side for their fees. So it was real. I mean, they pay for your notary. They'll go wherever. It makes it really, they try to make it as easy as possible for the seller so that it's a convenience instead of an inconvenience for them.
Sure.
for the selling process.
And I don't, we're kind of going backwards now a little bit, but we talked about how the depending on who the offer is coming from, the terms make a difference. She gave you the options for the offer pad one. If it was an independent, if it was one of the independent investors, they actually take care of a lot of the title fees. They take care of all the title fees. They pay the title policy so that you can kind of, it makes a difference on their bottom line, right? What they're netting. So that you can chalk those up to, you know, like the net, a couple of $1,000s because they're covering that.
And I had a buyer who they had come to me and told me that is that how it's Orchid or something? There's another iBuyer that they had thrown their thing in, and they had offered him, Pam, like what you were saying, such a huge range. I think they went all the way up to 310. There was no way that I could find any way that they would get that for their house based on the neighborhood. So some of these iBuyers, they just throw out a number that seems right. And then once they go in and look, you'll end up seeing, oh no, it's more on the 270. So that's the nice part of them using us. We're still able to give them that market analysis of, okay, this is a realistic offer from OfferPad or these Keller offers versus when they throw it in on computer and they put in all their information, they still haven't seen the property. They're not familiar with the area. So they don't really know what they're getting themselves into.
And then they crawl back the offer after that once they get in the house. And then now, you know, your seller's kind of like, well, we're already in this thing. Let's just keep going. And they couldn't maximize the net that they could have. Right. So that's what we're there for in this case. And that's something that you really want to sell is that, hey, this transaction still involves me. I represent you, not Keller Offers. Okay. So yeah, once you're in, man, there was something I was really wanted to mention that you just said. All right. So how do we get here? It's a slightly different site. If you kelleroffers.com is an actual website, but that is Keller Offers consumer facing site. So that is not where you go as the agent. Where you want to actually go is app.kelleroffers.com. Okay. You want to mention about the KW email?
Yes.
Yeah, that's our access.
So yes, you would go there to get certified. They do have an on-demand classes that you have to go through, and it'll checkbox all the little videos, so you can do it whenever you want. This is you're certified.
Or you can do the live stream.
Right.
Live stream happens once a month, and I believe it's like the third Wednesday of the month. Okay.
Okay, is there a cost for being certified?
No.
Weren't listening, were you, Verna? Somebody was sleeping earlier. All right, I'm just playing around. Okay, so yes, app.kelleroffers.com is the site you're going to go to. You need to utilize your KW email to access it. Even if you're using a private email as your primary email, you still must sign in, agent sign in with your KW email.
So you may have to find it if you've never used it.
Right, Pam?
Ever.
Yeah. Pam just realized she had a KW email.
Right.
How long have you been with us, Pam? 20 years. Yeah. Before email was even created. Yeah.
You definitely have to use KW email.
Okay. Yeah, so you can go in there, you can see, get certified. There's a button there, and then you can go on from there. All right. So once you're certified, how are you going to take advantage of Keller Offers? Well, they give you ideas to market it. Okay. Some marketing options are, there's some paid ones, right? So you can use social media ads, right? Create some flyers, postcards, door hangers. They provide you with a lot of this already, a lot of these templates already. Okay. You just got to personalize them to yourself and then just print them out. Okay. Free options, you know, go on Facebook Live, make some social media posts, door knock it, Snapchat. That's a funny one. Handwritten notes, advertise it that you can offer cash for, we can offer cash for your house immediately. Get in the door is the bottom line. All right. Anything to add?
No.
All right. We can, we had a lot of great questions already. Is there anybody else that's any questions regarding this? Hold on, Pam. We got to do the walk of shame.
Always scary when I ask questions.
It
isn't
is a
it?
little bit.
So if OfferPad makes an offer for Keller Offers, can they make an offer outside of Keller Offers and compete?
That's a good question, and I don't think so. But I'm again going just
I think that's where it's important that we
can?
have a listing agreement signed, so that they don't go behind before we present all the offers that we've been given.
The reason why, and we're gonna rope in Nikki here in just a second, the reason why I was saying no originally is because I know it cannot happen the other way around. Once OfferPad is offered first directly, then they will not offer through Keller Offers. They cannot. And that's why I'm kind of, it should be reciprocating, really, in all honesty. But now you're saying that that might be different.
Yeah, like, it did, oh, sorry. The way you say is correct, but OfferPad, for some reason, always offers higher than when it's powered by OfferPad.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Because they're
Like,
not paying that referral fee.
correct. So
No, that makes
they're
sense. But
slightly
what the
higher,
question
but
was,
they will do it because they are in fact two different entities. It's powered by, it's not
themselves.
themselves.
Okay, all right. So they have a bit of a little,
So is the answer
Loop.
yes, you can?
well, so I guess in this sense, I mean, it's a great question again to ask Keller Offers directly. But from what Nikki's saying, the possibility is there that OfferPad could possibly offer directly, even if they've offered through Keller Offers.
And it was a big dispute about it. There was a big dispute about it because it was not fair.
Mhm.
Because one offer was already submitted through the system, basically, so they could see already on the inside and out, and it was easy to go even a couple $1,000s more,
Sure. yeah,
right? So it was a big dispute like a year ago or
Yeah.
something like that.
Sure.
Yeah, I
Well,
would-
the program has changed from a year ago, so there may be, there could be some differences on that now.
Yeah, that I don't know the answer to. I haven't
And-
experienced it.
Mhm. Any other questions? We're good? Well, I hope that was informative. Definitely recommend everybody getting Keller Offer certified. Any questions, find us, right? Zoe's always available too. Pick our brains. We're here to help you. We will follow this up with, there's another program through Keller Offers, which was originally going to be called Keller Concierge. And now it's called Keller, it's still
Ready
Keller Offers,
to-
but Ready to Sell.
Something
Right? I
like
believe it's called Ready to Sell, which is essentially a concierge service. There's an investor that comes in and will do all the renovation in the house. They'll cover upfront costs for the renovation.
that. As long as you have equity in the house.
Yes, there are requirements, again, just like Keller Offers, and there is a sheet to see if your client qualifies, if your seller will qualify, and they will then come in there and do the renovation. You'll sell it traditionally, and obviously at closing that
The work.
the work will be paid back, and then they would keep the rest of the net of the sale.
Essentially, you're taking a loan from Keller Offers is a way that they, and yeah. is
And
the
they
way that
provide the work. They
Correct.
provide the
Or-
contractors.
Or, and that's a different story, but yes, you can bring your own contractor. You just gotta register them.
You have them approved.
So can those two things be combined?
I don't believe so. I don't believe so because what the investors they're offering directly on the house, and most of them, to help their bottom line, will do the work themselves as opposed to the other way. Good deal. Awesome. Well, appreciate you joining me, Zoe,
Of course.
as always. And thanks a lot, guys. Again, go get certified, because in this market, we're definitely seeing as a huge advantage. And with the changes in the program, the offers are looking better, and there actually gives the seller an opportunity to accept them. Now, again, the biggest factor is getting in that door, getting the offer, presenting it to your seller, and helping them make a decision on whether they want to go traditionally or utilize this offer. Okay, so just utilize it to get in the door. What's up, Kasim? No, okay, that's a pretty good question. He's asking, do we need to have the listing agreement before we set an offer or request an offer? And the answer to that is no, you do not. So you can actually just go around and be like, do you mind would you like for me to send you a cash offer quote or request a cash offer quote? All they need to sign is the consent that we're going to request the offer on their house. That is it. A listing agreement does not need to be in place before that. Okay, it's another great way to get a listing agreement after the offer has been presented. Okay, one more question. Good. All right, guys. Well, let's get on to our vendor partners. Where are we at? Who's going first? All right. Do we have awesome. Appreciate it. Who's coming on up? No, everybody come up, but who wants to go first?
I'm not going first though.
All right. Why aren't you going first?
Oh,
You're already
okay.
in the middle. You're going first. You're a veteran. All right, let's go, Melissa. What you got with Pat?
So real quick, when I was in 8th grade, back in the day, I got a quick story.
We got like 6 minutes.
Okay. No, when I was in 8th grade, I used to interrupt the class all the time and I used to like make jokes and say things and stuff. So they give me the last 5 minutes of the class. They'd say, if you can be quiet for the last 5 minutes of class, we'll give it all to you. So I kind of feel like this is it. They called it Missy time. So this is Missy time and Captain time, Julie time. So here we go. I gave you guys all a sheet that says the patent proven process, and it goes through basically day 1. We open title days 5 through 15. We do the title work. We look at anything on the commitment that we need to cure. And it just goes through the process. So I've handed that all to you. If you have any questions, just let me know. I also have one quick real estate fun fact, and it is Sears mail order homes. In the early 1900s, Sears sold mail order homes that would be put together much like Lego pieces out of a box. It is estimated that approximately 70% of Sears mail order homes are still standing, one of which sold for $1 million in Washington, D.C. in 2016.
Oh, wow.
That is my real estate fun fact. Come and see me if you need anything.
Appreciate it.
Hi, Catherine, AMCAP. The only thing I want to touch base on today is appraisals. I need you guys to, appraisals are running about 2 weeks. So when you're setting up your clients, whether you're on the buyer side or on the seller side, please give realistic expectations. Also, as the seller's agents, you guys have a lot more control about the timing of those appraisals because they call you to set them up. So if they call you, don't give a 2-day away turn time. Try and do it the same day. We're seeing 2 weeks out. So they are
2 weeks out, you mean like from the day it's ordered or from when the appraisal is actually done?
from the day it's ordered. So I had one ordered June 6th. I'm getting it back tomorrow. That's more of a 3 weeks, but 2 weeks is a good average. So when you're writing your contracts, factor that in as well. When you're receiving your contracts, factor that in as well. So biggest thing for us right now is the appraisals are running really slow because we all know that appraisals, everybody needs an appraisal. Well, almost everybody needs an appraisal. So we're just running slow on those, and that's industry-wide. Okay, yeah.
What if you order the appraisal like during option period and it busts out? If the appraiser hasn't gone out, can they still use that for the next house that they go under contract?
I mean, with AMCAP, we don't as long as the appraiser has not gone out, that money's still yours. Once he's gone out, then, there's a fee for it. Any other questions? Go ahead.
The house I just sold, the homeowners ordered for a rushed appraisal. It still took them 2 weeks, even though they ordered rushed.
Unfortunately, I don't know what to say on that one, because even though it's a rush appraisal, I just had 6th to the 24th. That's about more than 2 weeks. So it is taking, I'm saying 2 weeks average. We have seen 3. We've actually seen a month. Well, that was.
Yeah.
There you go.
They still haven't updated their brochure.
Thank you.
And a shout out to whoever sits in front right here, Jack and Sue. Thank you so much for your smiling faces all the time. I love it. I'm like, who's sitting in front right here?
All right, you tell us about Reliant.
Hello, good morning. My name is Yu Yilin. I work for Reliant, okay? So I can set up electricity and I can, Reliant also can help you set up the home security, okay? Last week, agent sent me her customer called me, I signed her up. And then I had time to trace who's the realtor. They refer me because the customer give me part of her name. Her name is Fei Yun, but the customer just give me Fei. So I search my phone book and call every day and then so take me a while to find a realtor who refer me the business. Okay, so I will prefer you if you referring a customer, also text me their phone number and name. That way I can program into my phone when they call. I know it's a referral from you. Okay, so will you guys put down, since there's a lot of new people, will you guys like to text me a message? That way I can share my contact with you. Okay, so my phone number ready to put in your, just say hi to me, then I will reply you. Okay, 713 898 8043. Okay.
Awesome, yeah.
Yeah. YUYILIN 898 8043.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you, Yi. Appreciate it.
Yeah, if you
Thanks
can
for-
text
thanks
me
for
your
all your
name.
services.
Okay,
Good
thank
deal. All right, guys. Well, last but definitely not least, I'd like to introduce you to one of my vendor partners, becoming a good friend, and he's great in the insurance industry. He's with Goosehead Insurance and our lunch sponsor today. We definitely appreciate that.
Sir.
Please welcome Chandler McNeely.
How's it
Stage
going?
is yours,
Appreciate it.
buddy.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it. How's everybody going today? Doing well, doing well. Sorry, came in here a little late, last minute, but we made it. So happy to do that. Thank you for having me here today. So yeah, a little bit about myself and what I do. My name is Chandler McNeely. I work for Goosehead Insurance. Are some of y'all familiar with Goosehead Insurance? Or have some of y'all heard of it? I know the Shockies have. So hi, how you doing? Little baby. But for those of you that aren't familiar with who we are and what we do, we are the largest brokerage firm in the state of Texas. And so I have access to about 35 to 40 financially A-rated carriers, kind of get to shop the entire the market for y'all's clients, find them the best rates, the best coverage, if that makes sense. So my job is essentially to be a one-stop shop for your clients in regards to home insurance. We do a lot with DTI issues. I know that sometimes comes up a lot with the loan officers. So we handle that pretty well, as well as just make these home buying process as smooth as possible. So my ultimate goal is to not only help y'all grow y'all's business as realtors, but also whenever I take care of your clients and when y'all gain your trust from y'all to take care of your clients, hopefully make the experience as smooth as possible and make sure that they have a great home buying experience, because it comes back on y'all as well. And it creates that kind of referable experience moving forward. Other than that, we pretty much just do all personal lines. So home, auto, flood, umbrella, anything in regards to personal lines is what I kind of handle. I know a lot of times big questions for realtors is, hey, can you pull up a flood report? Has this home flooded in Harvey, or has it flooded at all? We're able to do that for y'all, as well as just kind of see what the numbers are going to look like up front in regards to the home insurance with that specific client. And let's say the easiest aspect of it to go about it is when I'm talking to y'all's clients in the option period. That way there's no ifs, ands, or buts. If they don't move on forward with the house, then nothing's going to happen to the insurance. It's just kind of a flat cancel. They're no out of pocket as far as the insurance goes. So that's kind of the best way to go about it, is referring me to clients in the option period. That way, excuse me, that way when I have a little bit of an idea of the time frame that's going on here, get the clients taken care of in the proper time period and work as smooth and fast as possible. That way that all the documents are sent over to the mortgage company, ready to go for the new home closing. I know a lot of times the last thing that comes to mind when you're purchasing a new house is the insurance, but it's seemingly always the last piece of the pie when it gets to coming down to close the house. So that being said, my job, I want to make sure I get the information in a timely manner, get the quotes back to the client in a timely manner, and make sure that they're taken care of properly, going over all the coverages so they exactly know what they're going to be covered for. So there's no loopholes in the back end in the event to find a claim and things like that. But ultimately, my goal by being here today is to introduce myself to all of y'all, see what kind of ways I can help y'all grow y'all's business, because that's the number one goal in my book, is to help my referral partners and help the people I work with grow their business. And essentially, in turn, it comes back to me at that point in time. But like I said, appreciate y'all having me here today. I have brought a bunch of business cards and lunches in the back. I'll leave them up here, kind of hand them out to y'all whenever we get done here. But thanks again. Thank you, Nimesh. I appreciate it.
Absolutely, man. Thanks for coming in. And
Yes,
also,
sir.
what about us, man? What about us? Do we you help us out too for insurance coverage?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, all right.
That's the biggest thing. A lot of times too, I know a lot of y'all may be homeowners in here. So in the event of you thinking you're paying too much for insurance at the time being, whether it be home and auto or just home, we'd love to take a look at it and see if we couldn't save you some money here moving forward. I know a lot of times after the freeze, a lot of insurance prices have gone up and renewals have gone up and things like that. So we've had carriers that have kind of stayed stagnant a little bit. Some of our carriers backed out during the freeze, and so their prices relatively have stayed the exact same throughout everything that's been going on the past couple years and a half. But other than that, yeah, we'd love to see if I could help y'all out, save some money on some insurance. That's the ultimate goal, is to provide the best service and save as much money as possible and make sure you're covered properly as well.
Appreciate it,
That's
buddy.
about it. Yes,
Thank you,
sir.
man. All right. Well, his info is on the Zoom. Yep. Thanks for
I have
coming
some
in. Thanks for
cards,
bringing
yeah.
lunch, buddy. And
Yeah,
for
not a
those of
problem.
y'all in here, feel free to come pick his brain.
Yeah.
Anybody on Zoom, appreciate everybody on Zoom. Appreciate y'all joining us. His Chandler's info is right there on your screen. Make sure you jot it down. Take care, guys. We'll see y'all next week. Have a great week.